internet allows them so. So for the rest, for the students who are here, if your internet is good, please turn on your video para, we can see you from here. Then, of course, avoid multitasking because we wanted to, really go, we will going to go be, going beyond to whatever bagay ang atong masabutan karon. So please avoid multitasking if possible. This meeting will be so quick, if not an hour or so, Ma'am Angel, right? Hopefully, dili tayo mo beyond 1 hour. So let's stay focused sa meeting, avoid multitasking or browsing other websites para we can be on board on whatever we had prepared for you and respect others as well. This is a safe space sa pinakalas. Respecting others, or let's treat everyone here professionally to avoid this disrespect. And of course, let's listen attentively kay basing because of language barrier. We have some people in Luzon, Visayas, or even other language na like Chabacano. We have Sir Monte from Zamboanga. So let's listen attentively kay basing ma-misinterpret ito ang mga words na atong ma-utter for today. Listen to others when you are speaking and avoid interrupting or speaking over others. Then asking question, we will cater your questions later on during our forum. So allow our speakers, invited speakers to share their thoughts first. Then you have actually time to speak later on during the open forum. All right, so I think we're good with this house rules unless may gusto mag-add or may gustong I'm okay with that. All right, sige, I think we're good. To begin, of course, we would like to ask grace from God. I would like to invite everyone, for those who are Christians, Catholics, to please make a sign of the cross, and for those who are not, please be aware of the presence of God. Let's all watch.
Let us bow our heads and put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering all of us today. May you bestow your guidance and blessings so that we can enjoy and appreciate its significance in our lives. Bless everyone who are present here today, that each one of us may be able to share our knowledge, understanding, and wisdom for your glory and honor. May the various activities related to this event be a success through your intervention. We all ask of this in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
All right. Good afternoon again, everyone. Of course, not to any other meeting, especially if it's our first meeting, calling for volunteers here in USTP or in Cagayan de Oro. There's always the GTKY, the getting to know you part. So this is very quickly lang because I think we are just 20. If 20 if wala yung nag-double device diya. We're just 20. Very quickly, let's share our name. Let's get to know each other through introducing your name, your organization, if basing na pa kay organization outside USTP or other organization you are representing. Then tell us your favorite veggies, fruits, or food. Then something lang na unique to our GTKY. Okay, very quickly, your name, organization, and your favorite veggie, fruits, or any food. All right? Ayan, maybe I can start, then I will start calling names later on. Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Josh. Again, I'm from USTP, but I'm also active participating or volunteering to a non-government organization called JCI, Cagayan Gold. Here in Cagayan de Oro, we are an international organization. Going to the favorite veggie or fruit, do love fruits a lot. Orange, kay mura pala ako ma-afford. All right, again, let's go to Ma'am Grace. I think si Ma'am Grace Lihaj is so ready to share.
Nakuratan ko, Sir Josh. Well,
Sige,
anyway,
ma'am.
good afternoon, everyone. I am Grace Lee Hadj, the current director of the NSTP, Cagayan de Oro. So, that's it. Nanong ni ako dire, first of all, nagtagbo ra gid among dala ni Ma'am Angel, pero dugay ra di ay mi singalan ani site because we know we belong to each other, murag kinahanglan mi mag-connect, no? So social media sometimes help. Thanks to the social media. Kuan di gihapon. As to my favorite BG, kuan. I still go for pichay, di ba? Lami ang texture sa pichay. Yeah.
Yes.
Ngon atong teacher, nutritious daw na siya. As to fruits na, unique gyud. I always long for star apple. Karon kay ting init naman, nangita na ko star apple sa kugon, wa pa ko'y nakita. So, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Grace. And I know Juris is so ready also to share your next joy.
Wow, so ready to share. Thank you, Sir Josh. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Yuris Demi Agustin from the Agropolis SNP Parks Management. I am the executive assistant for this office, and our organization in capsule lang lugar. It's more on for smart agriculture development, renewable energy, all priority areas supporting for the advancement of the agriculture, which is a niche of the Claveria campus of USTP. Favorite veggie is broccoli.
Ay.
Mahalon siya. Yeah. pero other than broccoli, ganahan kay kog okra. And
Yeah.
fruits, kay beef fruits, I'd go with grapes tingali or saging. Saging ko kay mao'y diretso mapalit, grapes kung medyo na budget.
Ayan. Pila ko na ay budget.
Thank
So
you.
grapes iyang lately ginapalit. Thank you so much for sharing. You can either choose one lang, veggie or fruits. Or if you want to share all, that's okay with me. Okay. And the next one is so ready. Ako gipang tawag tanan naka-on og camera man dyan. So si Sir Junilo is so ready also to share next. Sige, sir.
Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am and sir. No, I am from the USTP department, no, from Ma'am Grace Lihaj. So, wala naman ko yung organization regarding sa mga affiliation about sa na nga po. Nala ko ikagalingon nga Jobars Garden, no. So, we are maintaining sa mga garden. Then, sa balay, gitanom ko mga okra, talong, tanan nga pwede nga itanom nako na sa garden na mo. Then, mga favorite BG and fruits, wala man ko ipili, maski unsa man. So, wala na.
Thank you so much, sir.
Ka-visit mo sa Jubars Garden, na ako diyan nga tanom dito sa balay po o sa garden ako. Nasa Jerabura Extension kanang Maria Rina kilid. Thank
I
you.
see. You're just near here. Silingan na tag garden. Silingan na tag balay sa imong garden, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. Let's go proceed to Stephen. Steph?
Yes, ate. Makadunggan ba tayo?
Yes, loud and clear.
Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Stefan Panturgan from Barangay Tablon. My organization is Pag-asa Youth Association of the Philippines, focusing sa OSY, and my favorite veggie is puan. Cucumber. Ganahan ko kung pusa po. Labi na ito.
Thank you so much, Steph.
You-
Now, let's go proceed to, later on na sa ating mga invited speakers. Let's go sa mga wala nag-on ang camera. This time, kay mga camera shy, I think, ni sila. Let's go and call my student here. We have Jezare. Jai, are you there? Can you introduce yourself? And ready, Han, for your next after Jai Jai. Yeah, I think Jai Jai is still fixing her speaker. Let's go to Hannah. Han.
So good afternoon, everyone. I am Hannah Marie Ansigbat from TCM and currently partner sa GSK and a volunteer. Favorite veggie nako, sir, is ampalaya, and ang fruit dayon is avocado. That's all, sir.
Ayan, there. Jai Jai, are you ready, Jai? If Jai Jai is not ready, I think City is so ready also. City, are you there? Can you hear us? Or at least give us a thumbs up? All right, I think mga shy pa dyan na sila, no? Let's go to Joash Escabarte. Are you there? Say hi to everyone.
Hello. Hello, good afternoon to all of us. Good afternoon, ma'am and sir. So I'm Josh Escabarte. I'm currently affiliated to 4 in-school organization and two, I believe it's two outside school organization. So my favorite veggie would have to be okra because it's slimy and I believe it's rich sa vitamin C and collagen that is really good for the skin. So yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Joash. And of course, we have another student sa akong, I think magkita mi later kay magklase ko sa ila. Angela, are you there?
Yes, hello, good afternoon, everyone. I
Good
am Angela
afternoon.
Christie C. Planios, and for now, I don't have any organizations that I'm part with, but that's why I am so happy to be part of this advocate. And for my favorite veggie is cabbage, and for my favorite fruit is orange, and that would be all. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, let's go to Rachel de Villa. Rich, is your um speaker okay? You can unmute yourself and talk to us. Talk to me. Okay, I think they're not yet ready, but May Golda is. Ma'am May.
Wala naman siguro.
Hi.
There.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Oh,
I
si
am Miss
Guldan yun.
I am Miss Maygol de Bagaras from the NSTP department. So when it comes to organizations, dili na ko active sa mga orgs. Another is for the favorite veggie. So okay na ko sa malunggay kay hindi ko sabaw. And then for the fruit, okay na po ko sa saging o sa papaya.
All right. Thank you so much,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
I think our dean is so ready also to share. Ma'am Dean.
Joke. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Lovejoy Raboy. So you can call me Duha man gud me Joy. So it's either you can call me Love or you can call me LJ, short for Love Joy with an E. So Joy with an E. So organization I belong to USTP. As with regard to favorite VG or fruits or food, sige serious na lang ko no. Kung unsa man gid akong ganahan sa VG, daghan. So I call it as sari-sari na lang na gulay because murag diha ko nagdako kanang akong growing up years dito sa Bukidnon mo among permisud-an sari-sari. So as to
Kalami anak, ma'am.
fruits, yes, as to fruits, saan akong ganahan sa fruits? Kuan, durian,
Ah,
inuman day Coke. Okay.
sabayan
So
ng Coke.
that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. A perfect combo do. I want also to know the perfect combo of Ma'am Petal. Ma'am Dal,
Okay.
unsa kaya ang imong perfect combo sa imong fruits and refreshments?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Petal Maydal and I am with USTP Cagayan de Oro campus. So when it comes to vegetable, I eat mostly except kalabasa. Murag di siya ni friends ni kalabasa. Ever since yun na siya, di siya matulon. For the fruits, except papaya. Kay murag baho kay siyang sabon. So, kung kag combo, pwede rin kita mag-shake, shake, shake. Okay rin yung kay kuan ng shake o salad. So that's all for me, Sir Josh.
All right, thank you so much, Ma'am Dal. And I also wanted to know no unsa kaya ang mga combo sa uban. Let's ask Fabio. Fabio Guno Jr., are you here? Can you unmute yourself and share to us your favorite veggies? Oh, I think shy pa jud sila. Anyone? Nato ganina. I think si Sir na willing kay siya mag-share. I biniyag siya pero dili dito siya. Si Sir, man to Sir. Si Sir Richel?
Richelle.
Yes.
Madali lang nga, padulong na siya.
All right. Kana jud grabe no ang atong USTP community is so kuan. There, sir. Go, sir.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, my name is Harry Divilla from, of course, in STP, CDO campus sa main campus ba? Okay, my organization, actually, dalawa, no? Sa radio club namin sa Cagayan de Oro, which is the Alert 10, Amateur Land Emergency Response Team, no? Affiliated sa LGU ng Cagayan de Oro, and the Eagles Club. Okay? And my favorite BG, marami. One is, yes, of course, Malunggay and Pichay, no? Sa fruits naman, first is yung banana, because banana, siyempre, potassium, di ba? Mas lalo na pag, ano tayo, medyo may edad na, kailangan natin potassium. Okay, so yun lang naman siguro. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your veggies. And Jai just messaged me, so excited also mag-share. Jai, take it away, Jai.
Hi, sir. Hi, everyone. Audible ako, sir? Or
Yes,
saba
very
ata?
loud and clear. It's okay.
Ay, okay. So, hi, everyone. My name is Jazri Alcantara. I only have one organization so far. So there's a school, and that is State University of Technology Communication Management. And for my favorite vegetable, I don't have a favorite vegetable kay I don't eat veggies. Pero I have a favorite fruit which is avocado. It's one of my favorite fruits and I could eat that every day. So that's all.
Thank you so much, Jai. How about Darlene? Darlene is here, another student of mine. So magkita na pod me later on. Go, Dar. Unmute yourself first. You are naka-mute pa ka.
Sorry.
There.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Darlene de los Reyes, a BSTCM student, and currently my organization is we are under this GSK CDO, and my favorite veggies, fruits or food. Okay, I eat a lot of vegetables. I don't have a specific favorite veggies and fruits. All of the fruits, except I think Chico.
All right.
I
Thank
haven't
you so much,
eaten Chico
Dar.
yet.
Thank
That's all.
you. And I think na kastoryan ang tanan no except for our invited speakers from, Kids Who Farm, Zero Hunger Lab, and of course GSK, Team Up Angel. Now let's ask them. Si Sir Monse kaya unsa kaya ang mga favorites ni Sir Monse given that he owns a garden. Unsa kaya ang naa dito sa iyang gitanom na iyang favorite?
Hello, maayong hapon. Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes.
Buenas
Ayan,
tardes.
so ang favorite na ako nga gulay nga na akong gitanom karon is kale. So na ako'y dinosaur kale. Pero ang paborito na ko nga gulay nga wala na ako gitanom is all-time favorite is kalabasa. So, yan. Tapos butangan siya gata and nami na siya, no?
Perfect.
Paborito nga fruit, of course, banana kasi always available and kabalo naman ta sa benefits sa banana. Ayan.
All right, thank you so much, sir. How about Sir Elmer?
Hello, good afternoon. Ako si Elmer Soriano from the Zero Hunger Lab. Usa ka tuig ko sa Davao, ang akong paboritong fruit is durian.
Ayan, pareha kita, sir, with Coke. Tulo na ta ni Ma'am Grace Dani.
Sa gabi.
Ay, ni Ma'am, isa ba to? Ma'am Joy, akong din man di. Tulo na ta, magpalit kong durian, mag-uban tang tulo. You buy the Coke, I'll provide the durian. All right, and of course, si Ma'am Angel is so excited also kay kanidagan pa din siya favorites. Ako na RA, wala ko kabalo ko unsa yung favorite. Let's ask her. Sige, sige pa.
Hello. good afternoon no kanang murag ang giingon laknaw na ba daw ko naingon si Ma'am Lovejoy no og Dorian. Humano na to ma'am char lang. Yes kanang just like Ma'am Lovejoy no kung kanang sa bahay kubo pwede na siya no kaya eat vegetables but just like Ma'am Grace Lee Hodge if there's one thing yun nga mo stand out it's the petchay. No, pwede gyud ko ana gisahon, isagol sa sabaw and that. So petchay. And for the vegetable, it's for the fruit it's bayabas and next is avocado. So naana siya dito sa bukid. So mo nang lipay na kaya akong kalag nga naa siya. So in ana. And of course, I'm with USTP and with this organization. Maayong hapon sa atong tanan.
Ngayong hapon. All right, I think everybody already shared who they are and their favorite veggies or fruits. So now let's proceed to the next part of our program really or our meeting. Dili kay na siya seryoso. That's why let's loosen up. Let's forget our job first. For a moment and let's be an advocates. Okay? So to give you an idea for our next part, we have invited speakers who will be sharing to us their advocacy in agriculture. That's why we have Sir Monsi here, who co-founded the Kids Who Farm. You will be amazed by his story as well. Later on, as he will share, followed by Sir Elmer of Zero Hunger Lab, and we have Ma'am Angel here who will give us also background on the initiative that she conducted with her husband during pandemic on the GSK or Gulayan sa Kabalayan. At the same time, we have here another a success story of a volunteer from out of school youth. Now you will be amazed ang imong balahibo actually if you work with him from the start until now. Ma-surprise ka na makahilak na andun no maunsa ka sa iyang story. Stephen is here. He will be sharing to us how volunteerism empowered him to be na nainana na siya karon. All right? So I think everybody is so eager to listen no to our speakers. Now I would like to invite Monsi. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Very.
Klaro lang man. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen. So hello everyone, once again, ako si Monsi. You can also call me Munir of Kids Who Farm. Kids Farm is not founded by me alone. It's founded by my daughter, si Raina. So I hope you're seeing the screen. So I was tasked to share about food security. But beyond food security siguro, let's discuss a bigger concept no we called food system. So let me start off by telling everyone now. We all know this. We live in the era or the age called Anthropocene or the age of humankind. No? So it is a period of time where there's a lot of developments that happened. No? The discovery of fossil fuel, industrialization, techno-scientific development, and the human development in general, no? Including our rapid economic growth. And because of this, of the progress, I guess at some point people forgot that we are all guests on this planet. No, we have forgotten how to be good guests, how to walk or tread lightly on earth, no, as its other creatures do. And that's what really happened now. And our human actions or the human footprint has a big impact on the way we change or the way our ecosystem, atong kalibutan na bago, no? And in fact, these actions that we do are drivers of change. So it has a great implication on the way we lost our nature, but at the same time accelerate global warming because all of these are interconnected. But we also think that in man, sa ato apod nakarely ang mga solutions. No? So we must not forget that we are all part of the solution. Let me show you this heat map, which shows you na indeed our country, Philippines, is at the ground zero of climate change impacts. No? So at present, this is not the future. This is already happening, and it has been happening. And climate change, as they say, is going to accelerate if we are not going to do something about it, katong giingon sa mga experts nga ma-minimize nato ang acceleration o mapanatili nato ang maximum global temperature at 1.5 degrees, pero unfortunately murag dili ni siya mahitabo. And the future that we're going to face is what we call a climate-defined future. So climate change is here to stay, and moving forward, a lot of the things that we're going to do will be determined largely by climate change. And I'm very concerned about this because I see this as not my future, but your future, the future of you kids, the youth, the future of my children. And it's something that I really need to participate in proactively, because it will spell the difference now moving forward. And when you talk of climate change, since we're talking about food, you cannot detach food system. So dako kayo o contribution or kalambigitan ang food system to what is happening right now. No? So if you're not aware of, or if you don't know yet, the food system is that whole process now of producing our food, no, from growing it, harvesting it, processing it, selling it, until it reaches your plate. Mo na siya ang food system. But the current food system that we have is what we call a globalized or global food system, where a lot of the food that we consume are not really from our places. No, it's being traded globally because of global trade and all of that. No, so and it has a lot of implications on the negative impacts, no, sa ato ang planet. No, well, it provides food for everyone. There's also that detriment, no, na siya impact. And according to science, 30% of global greenhouse gas emissions come from the food system. Now, from all the aspect of food system, from production, largely production, the way we grow our food, the way we cultivate our lands to meet the demands of the people, and the way we change, the landscape to grow food has a big impact on greenhouse gas emissions. Adding to it is the way we consume the food, we process the food, and yung tawag na tong mileage, no, because the food is far from us, it travels a lot, no, it creates more emissions in the process. So say for example, in this case of land use change, 18% global greenhouse gas emissions, no, is attributed because we altered our areas, no, to suit the demand for food. On the other hand, while climate change is a contributor to the acceleration of, or the food system is a contributor to the acceleration of climate change, climate change is also impacting our food security. No, according to science, it can affect all 4 pillars of food security, reducing our productivity, no, atong production sa pagkaon, raising food prices because of diminished supply, and then nutritive value of some food, no, because of overexposure to heat or water, daghan sa mga pagkaon na wad-an na sa ilahang nutritive value, and overall disrupting availability. We are all too familiar with all of this, no, kasi every year mo na ang na-experience nato. Aside from typhoons, like now we're experiencing drought, no, so dako kay na siya og impact sa atong food security. By year 2050, we are going to be 9.6 billion people. And we will be needing the equivalent of 3 planets, no, worth of resources to sustain our way of living. But the sad thing is that we don't have a second planet and we don't have a third planet. All we have is just one planet that we shared, no. And the bigger issue is how to really feed the world with this growing population. So at present, we are what we call we're deficit, no, beyond sustainable limits. So the ability of our planet to provide for food, water versus the demand of the people is very slow, no. Dili siya maka-catch up sa consumption sa mga tao. So sa laing word pa, tawag nila is overshoot, no. So there is actually an Earth Overshoot Day where scientists compute na unsa ang particular time of the year nga technically overshoot na. Kung sa utang pa sa tindahan, overdraft na. Wala na karga ang atong bodega technically because of the way we consume food and the capacity of the earth to renew water, resources, and all of that. No? So that's something I guess we need to understand more. While all of these are happening, a lot of us are experiencing hunger and malnutrition. And it has been exacerbated, no, mas lalo siyang ni lala because of the pandemic, no. And wala pa siya nawala. It's been there, no. So, and getting worse. So in terms of the way we consume the food, aside sa hunger, napuday gitawag nga other aspects of food insecurity, no? Katong the kind of diet that we're eating. Good to know that a lot of the people here ganahan og gulay, pero ang realidad daghan sa atong ginakaon is dili siya healthy. So we have been eating diets heavily dependent on starchy food intake, and we're not eating the minimum dietary diversified diet. In a nutshell, food access and food utilization, meaning access, your capacity to access food, no, either you have a job because you can buy food, or you know how to grow your food, no, you have a garden. And utilization means the quality of food, no. These are the two major limiting factors to food insecurity. The other limiting factor, which is beyond food security, is our farmers, no. Our farmers are not getting any younger. As an agricultural country, this is an ongoing concern, and I guess that's the very reason nga nganong naami sa kids who farm, because, and also sa USTP, because we're molding young minds. It takes a while to really build the next generation of food producers. So we're all in this together, no, sa kaninga problema. So I'm going to show you one of the other challenge, no. This is urbanization. We have seen this as a global phenomenon. It has been happening and will continue to increase in the next set of years. More people will live in cities, and our cities have become migratory magnets. So daghay gusto magtrabaho sa Cagayan de Oro, sa Zamboanga. In Zamboanga, we're almost 1 million already. And this is going to be the future, no? So in fact, when I talk about urbanization, I always refer to moabot ang panahon nga katong mga yuta sa atong mga ginikanan nga na gina-farm, mugamay na siya, no? So the future of farming is small scale farming, because of course ipamana sa mga anak, no, hation ang land for the children, no. So ang challenge is that if we cannot establish a profitable business model for young people to engage in farming in a small space, chances are ibaligya lang jud nila ang yuta og dili na nila i-farm. So that is something that we need to think as early as now. Farming on a large scale sa future, murag dili na siya mahimong future nato, especially for us, not the global corporations, but for us, no, na into small scale farming. More than half already of our people are living in cities, no. So that's a data, no. And the way to reverse this one, or the way to address a global food system, is to focus on localizing, establishing what we call a community-based food system, where we work together as, nakita nyo rin, community advocates, pareha sa itong ginabuhat karon. We work as with educators, with trade associations, with everyone, so that we can establish a collaborative network that integrates sustainable food production, processing, katong tanan nga aspeto sa food system in our area. So let's start off in Cagayan de Oro, let's start off in Zamboanga, and hopefully we can do the same sa other cities in the Philippines. Urban agriculture has shown us that indeed there's a way to localize food system, and this is something that the youth can actually participate in. So when you talk of urban agriculture, dili lang na siya about growing crops, no? It's essentially growing food, no? So livestock, poultry, aquaculture, beekeeping, horticulture, all of the courses nato sa USTP in an urban approach is a way to go for us to localize our food system. Pinaka-local jud, ang tawag nila is, dili siya hyper-local, ultra-local, is to grow your food. So if you have food at home, you have a garden at home, that's a way for you to practice localizing food system. So again, food security has been the battle cry, no, of the government, the private sector, nga dapat at all times people have access to safe, sufficient, and healthy food para makamita sa atong dietary needs. This is going to be also our battle cry. But food security is one aspect of it. Sustainable food system is the bigger goal that we wanted to achieve. When you talk of food security, na-mention ako kanina itong pillars, no? Availability, access, utilization, and stability. And for us, there's a way to address this. Kay ang access nga part, atong ginabuhat na sa GSK, sa Kids of Farm, and we're empowering more people to learn how to grow their food, participate in the food system. And that's a good start, no? According to the former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, we are the last generation that can slow down before global warming before it's too late. And dako kay siyang problema, but let's all be inspired na every one of us is a part of the solution. No? Eating is an agricultural act, ingon pa ni Wendell Barry. So for as long as you eat, you are part of agriculture. It's not just for the farmers, no, but essentially for everyone. And walay edad, no, sa pag-participate, no. So ingon pa ni Greta, si Greta has started the climate movement, and she said that at a young age of 14, I have learned that you are never too small to make a difference. So let's take it from there, no, kasi nabuhat gali niya i-change, no, ang globe, ang atong situation, ang movement, no, as a global movement. So I'm just going to share you some 3 areas sa normally sa, di ba, sa teaching learning process, atong gina-emphasize, number 1 is to be cognitive, to be woke, conscious. How can you participate if you don't know? So kato akong gi-share kanina is some informations that are going to help you better understand, because being awake, being conscious is the first step, no? Being aware, what are the issues in your community? What are the issues in Cagayan de Oro, in your school, that we can participate in? And we are common, no, na issues nato dire is food security. Number 2 is, you know the issue, you participate and take action. So that's why you're here. So and this is one way for you to really actualize, no, yung the self fulfillment derived from our self participation, or participation is all of these activities, no. So but we recognize also na yung mga solution nga dili nato siya masolve nga kita lang, no? So there are solutions at every scale. So there are solutions that we can do collectively as an ecosystem, solutions as a city scale where you need policymakers to do something about the problem, and there are solutions at the personal and community level na kita pwede nato siya solusyonan. And I guess sa Kids of Farm diri mi nagsugod sa personal and community level, something that mo pud ang ginabuhat sa GSK, no. So, pinaka-basic is to grow your food. No, I'm sure everyone here is doing the same na, growing your food. That's a good step already. And sharing that knowledge by being part of the youth advocates is like what Stephen is doing, no, sharing his knowledge. So very good po na siya na start. And you are very active, dili na ka makatulog, no. So you become affected by the issue. So number 3 is being effective. So you're always concerned, you want to amplify your action. So dili lang imuha personal, but you participate in groups, in collaborate with partners, so that all together we can create impact. And that's where you engage your community. Now you share this one as a community project, or later i-share ni Sir Elmer how to participate in a more robust community engagement. Ang goal nato is to really make everyone part of the solution. And I guess mo po nang gibuhat namo sa Kids of Farm, no, ang among group of young people we call garden attackers has been there since we started, and sila gyud ang nagdahilan nga nung naamin natukod ng mga community gardens, no. So these are some of the faces of the youth volunteers. So I'm sure sa Cagayan de Oro napod mi diha. so si Val and si Maydin are very active volunteers of Kids of Farm. In fact, naami project sa Bukidnon karon, so we're doing that one. So, and this is just the, no, like collective of people nga, young people nga, they go beyond themselves, no, they're interested to address the problem. And because of that, we were able to have impact, no, kasi dili na mo na siya mabuhat kung kami lang. It's good na we started the idea, pero to make this happen, we need more people participating in the solution. At the end of the day, yung pa ni Raina, ang founder sa Kids of Farm, the youth has a role to play in food security solutions. Personally, this is a very big challenge also for me, because I'm looking at the future. What we're doing sa GSK, sa Zero Hunger, is future proofing, no. and making our youth participate in the solution, because at the end of the day, we just have one planet and we are heading to one future. So thank you for listening, and good afternoon.
Wow, thank you so much, Monsino, for that information. I was overwhelmed with no, I was amazed. Nag-share mi ni Ma'am Angel ganina na, Ma'am, every time we invite Monsi, he will always give us something new. Na-delete yun na i-bore sa iyang presentation. No, it was not just a presentation, but it is reality. It is what really happening in not just in Philippines, no, but it's across the world. So, I don't know if you really ako ganina gatan ako sa data he was presenting, and I know that it's really happening, no, and it's sad, but we will not just stop from there, but we will move forward. That's why we call you to be a volunteer, because community food system in our community is really possible with our help. So that's why we have Monsi here, an expert to some of these ideas that we can invite them if we will start, especially in USTP. This is a small community. Dako na siya tanawon na, no, but this is a small, if you look at bigger picture. If we start from here and able to duplicate whatever we practice here, whatever we will do for our agriculture here dani sa tung syudad. I think whatever Monsi is doing, we can replicate it here and even cascade it to more, and let's be a garden attacker. So let's me grab that the word na ilang ko ano, that's so good na gina name nila ang ilang mga youth na garden attacker, because they wanted to share their vision to others. And of course, dili lang si Monsi ang mag-share karong afternoon. We promise you to bring another experts, another founder, no, another initiative from Zero Hunger Lab. We have Sir Elmer Soriano. Sir, the floor is yours.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks, and I'm happy to be, here again with with USTP. So let me share my screen. Yung background ko, and I think I have shared this to you in the past, no? But so I'm a medical doctor, but my first job was in Mindanao. No? My first job was with cooperatives sa Mindanao, and doon ko nakita yung power of cooperation, of collective action. Nagtrabaho ko sa isang co-op hospital sa Davao City, and then the co-op hospital was actually part of a federation of co-op hospitals. So may co-op hospital rin sa Palawan, meron rin sa Quezon, no? And all that started in Mindanao, no? Yung taga Mindanao yung napasimuno noon. And that's why feel ko ito, no, to be engaged with you and share with you how I see our initiative becoming a model for the rest of the country. Sige, so ano yung challenge natin and what can we do? Well, first, sino ba kami? We're the Zero Hunger Lab. Zero Hunger Lab is one of multiple labs that is being implemented by Civic Asian Development Academy. Civic Asian Development Academy operates at the intersection of leadership, innovation, kaya may labs, tapos impact, no? Ang sukatan ng trabaho natin is not the attendance or number of participants, but did we actually reduce malnutrition or improve food security? Yun yung sukatan ng interventions natin. This started out as a project over 10 years ago when I was a masteral student sa Harvard Kennedy School. I cross-registered sa MIT, and then I enrolled in D-Lab, no? And then I enrolled for 2 semesters sa MIT. Parehong lab yung courses na in-enroll ko, kaya medyo nakuha ko yung lab practice nila. And medyo after towards the end of the school year, my one professor sa MIT asked me if I wanted to replicate the labs in the Philippines. So sabi ko, oo, and I did that. Now, when I got back here, I set up a lab sa Ateneo, UP, and Miriam. Magkakasama yung estudyante in one big classroom, and they were all doing innovation projects together. So doon ko nakita na kaya pala natin to, no? So the Zero Hunger Lab is a social lab, no? Ano yung social lab? They are social, meaning we bring together diverse actors para iba't iba yung perspectives. They're experimental, and then they are systemic. So, ang intention talaga nito is tutukan yung large-scale systemic challenges. But of course, by doing small-scale doable prototypes. To me, the big experiment is, can we engage 200 plus USTP students, SEM after semester, will help reduce the number of undernourished children by establishing 95 zero hunger labs in Region 10. No? Region 10 has 95, more or less, 94, 95 LGUs, no? Municipalities plus cities. And the Zero Hunger Lab is designed to be a scalable platform, parang TEDx, na every university, every municipality can have its Zero Hunger Lab, so that ganyan, no, gaya natin ngayon, there are people who are interested in food security. We come together, diba? We talk about what we can do. No? So yun yung idea. All municipalities and cities have individuals who have the capacity to come together and solve this problem. Ngayon, ang isang inspiring model for food security and nutrition is Limasawa. It's small. It is not an extremely wealthy town. It's an island, but they're among the top performers in terms of food security and nutrition. And kung ikukumpara natin yung numbers natin, no, here I put side by side yung stats ng Limasawa beside the provinces of Region 10. If we prorated the malnutrition rate ng Limasawa kumpara sa Region 10, there would be nearly 21,000 fewer malnourished children kung natapatan natin yung performance ng Limasawa. Okay? Gayahin lang natin sila, tapatan lang, kopyahin lang natin yung recipe nila. Let's do what they're doing and there will be 21,000 less malnourished children in Limasawa. Ngayon, parang simple lang sa numbers yung analysis. No? Pero if we think about it, no, Misamis Oriental, we have close to 1 million population, 23 municipalities. USTP has 8 campuses already, 17,000 students. That's a lot of brain power. No? So, napakalaking potential, napakalaking capital, human capital yung meron dyan. No? Ito yung isang example ng what a lab, what students, these are actually grade 11, grade 12 students sa Sultan Kudarat doing their lab project. We piloted social lab in Sultan Kudarat and then nag-respond yung isang senior high school doon. And then tama-tama, childhood malnutrition yung priority ng mayor. No? So they had grade 11, grade 12 students enrolled in, I think they call it Research 1, Research 2 yung research subject niya doon. O ito, nagre-research na yung mga estudyante and then they're presenting their findings and recommendations to the mayor. Okay? So they're engaging in the governance conversations on childhood malnutrition and food security in their municipality. No? So tuwang-tuwa ako nito. No? The mayor is responding to them, to their questions, their recommendations. And I think we should be doing this in all municipalities. No? In all municipalities, dapat na didiin natin itong problema na to. Of course, this is not the only problem in the municipalities, and that's why there's value in distributing the leadership to the youth. No, turuan natin yung kabataan to step up and talk about problems and engage leaders in understanding the problem, interpreting the data, and then thinking of solutions. No? Imagine if we had thousands of USTP students who are engaging the local mayors in this way. Yan. Ito naman another example. Ito college student to sa Iloilo, teenage pregnancy yung problema nila. And this is a team of nursing students. They just did their community nursing rotation, and then teen pregnancy, which is closely related to childhood malnutrition. No? Yun yung problema that they are analyzing and then discussing with the mayor. So ito, yung mayor here is the lady in pink. No? So we can do this in all municipalities and in all barangays, no? Throughout Region 10. No? And then we have 17,000 USTP students. So pwede yan. No? So the idea is that we will replicate the Zero Hunger Lab experience. It's just a matter of bringing people to talk about the problem and then identify doable local solutions. So ano yung role ng advocates? Yun, yung influence key stakeholders, coordinate with USTP. Kailangan pa rin may big brother or big sister to oversee the big system. No? But actions will be local, pero kailangan na-aggregate rin so that na-analyze natin provincial scale and then regional scale. No? Even the provincial government and regional government will benefit from the additional brain power that USTP will be contributing, whether they're undergraduate students or university faculty. Ang napakalaking tulong nun because yung the plates at the provincial government and regional offices, sagad na, no, they are already busy with a lot of work. So hindi na nila kayang tutukan pa ito. No? So there are many reasons why young people will join this. No? Mga iba magpapakit sa crush nila, mga iba they're bored. No? But it's actually really good leadership development also. No? It takes them outside of the classroom and then mapapasabak sila sa field realities. So yan yung magiging journey. Of course, meron na kayong plano. I'm really glad that you have NSTP professors who are here. Now imagine if we had at least one NSTP section per semester per campus na tumututok dito. Lalarga na yon. No? Paano pa kung 2 sections per campus? No? And these are really practical, real problems. I imagine na magkakaroon ng training, syempre alam nyo na yan. And then we will do practical projects and the microfarm model is one doable project. It's hands-on. It takes them to a more social space so it can be fun. It's outdoors. And then they get to meet each other. No? And then we want to start activating 1 Zero Hunger Lab per munisipyo. No? Starting with the 8 LGUs where you already have campuses. Diba? Nandyan na kayo. Diba? The mayor cannot ignore you. Diba? And then even if the mayor is not interested, for sure may childhood malnutrition sa towns where all of your campuses are. Diba? The question is, dededmahin ba natin yon or do we deploy? Diba? Do we deploy our brain power, our young emerging leaders, students to work on the problems at the municipal level? Okay? And then ito, no? Mamomodel na within the USTP network pa lang yung collaboration across campuses. Ngayon, this is really important. And I understand dito, madami na tayong, there are a number of campuses represented in this meeting alone. No? We are working on co-listing network. No, we're working, in fact, on April 13, may forum kami with 2 Hong Kong universities na partners natin to talk about how they use co-listing as a method. No? Ang co-listing is when two classes in 2 separate universities decide to list the same course and have their students collaborate with each other. Okay? So magjo-joint project na may 'di ba usually ang teammates mo lang ay yung mga kaklase mo in the same physical classroom. When you co-list, you can team up with somebody in another university and work on the same project, no? And I'm supervising one team right now, one Philippine-based team, and then my counterparts here on food security. They're working on food security with US students from Lehigh University. No? So ang daming matututunan nun, no? And it's a matter of it takes some effort to coordinate, no? It's more complex to run, but I think it's a more transformative learning experience for students kasi ramdam nila na ayun, no, yung parang may kausap sila sa ibang probinsya or maaaring ibang bansa. Okay? Oh, the co-listing system allows us to scale up, no? And then magiging model. USTP will be modeling the behaviors of an SUC, diba, in earnest, trying to make a difference, no? Ang sukatan natin dito is reduction in childhood malnutrition, no? And we should be tracking this over, diba? So Operation Timbang, annual yan. Kung effective talaga tayo, bababa yung childhood malnutrition rates based on Operation Timbang. And I think we should we should model that to our students. Na parang ang sukatan dito kung talagang bumaba ang childhood malnutrition rates. Okay, so next steps. This is my last slide. Yun, I suggest identify at least one section per semester every semester in all of your campuses, no, para malapad kaagad yung footprint. Now, one section is usually 20 to 40 students. You divide them into teams, ang dami na nun. And then document the projects well, no, so that we can share it across the different campuses and with the rest of the country. And then per campus, activate the Zero Hunger Lab in partnership with the LGU. No? Reach out to the mayor, with the municipal nutrition action officer, ganyan. Para pag-usapan, i-present nyo to, ma'am, mayor, gawa ho tayo ng municipal action, Zero Hunger Lab dito sa munisipyo natin. Kami na bahala, may estudyante kami mag-data gathering, kami mag-monitor, kami na bahala, mayor. Gusto lang namin na nag-uusap tayo, pinapag-usapan natin to. No? Then form teams, and then think big and start small. No? I think, at sa totoo lang, I interact with a lot of universities, and USTP seems to be among the forerunners, no? Outliers dito sa engagement in food security. And alam ko in universities, matagal yung learning curve. No? Yung parang pa sa trustee, sa VP, sa ganyan-ganyan. No? So I think, and I mentioned this to Angel already before, i-showcase na natin yung USTP. Even if you feel like you're in the early stages, mabuti nang marinig na ito ng other universities. Because they too will start slow. Diba? One sem later, one sem after, lumarga na kayo, then may matutunan naman sila sa inyo. No? So I'm really hopeful that I'm really looking forward to be able to showcase what we are doing in USTP to the rest of the country. I think all SUCs should be doing this. No? All SUCs, just like USTP, you are actively working with the Food Security Council of the province. Diba? Nakikimiting kayo. Yun yung model. Tama yung ginagawa nyo, and dapat lahat ng SUCs ginagawa nila ito, engaging in the policy conversations. So that's my last slide. Thank you very much, and we're counting on you. We're counting on USTP to make this happen and show the rest of the country how to do this.
Thank you so much, Sir Elmer, for giving us idea, presenting to us framework that could possibly be done here in our university. And I know Ma'am Gracely Hatch is taking down notes excitedly earlier, from the moment you start si Monsi until your presentation, because I know that she maybe she's crafting or maybe planting a seeds already on this initiative. So yeah, I think Yuri's also so every slides niya kay gayago jud mintanan, because we're amazed that it could be possibly done here. And I think with the sinabi ni Sir kanina na nag-work siya sa co-op, and with their cooperation and their collective action, it's resulted to something. And I think that's something that also that we wanted to do here in USTP. Now with our collective actions, we can help our community to be in good, in harmony, especially talking about food security or food system. And yeah, thank you so much, Sir Elmer, for that insights and for that idea, for ano yung pwede namin gawin dito sa USTP. And of course, we are not yet done. I know you're so excited to hear Stephen for his testimony on how he became the person he is right now sa pag-volunteer niya into the venture of agriculture. But of course, let me not forget my boss because I invited her here to share something on her initiative sa GSK. Para may idea din tayo. Kasi of course, we have a gem already sa USTP. We just need to, to refine this initiative and maybe sa lahat. Kasi ni-share kanina ni Sir Elmer, this is not just planting, but we can also do research here. And I think that's why our dean from the CITC is here also because, this lahat talaga may parte dito sa ating ginagawa. So, no escape kasi lahat tayo kumakain. Sabi nga ni Sir Monty kanina, lahat kapag ikaw ay kumakain, you are part of this initiative. So now, let's hear it from Ma'am Angel Colliera about her initiative on GSK. Ma'am.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much Josh. No, parang dili na siguro ko kailangan mag-istorya. Eh. Ba? Hold on, I'll just have to move this yun ba. Yeah, inspiring yun siya, no, and I'm grateful for the attendance of you all here. Without you this wouldn't be possible, and of course my partners yun sila yun na si Anga push si Sir Elmer og si Monsi. I'm just their worker here, no. Kaya whenever there would be like, sige, let's do it here. And yeah, this is like the series of rounds na Sir Elmer, but we're not kanang stopping yet because we are really hoping no na we can really make a better change in the community that we have. My share is only actually quick lang siya, no, but it's focused on, I believe some of my colleagues here in USTP are familiar now with the advocacy that the Center for Human Development is into. It's called Gulayan sa Kabalayan. We're actually in our third year. Monsi's Kids Who Farm is the fourth year na nila. So sunod lang, may silang Sir Elmar is also that. So we're happy that we are continuing the initiative, and it's getting we're tapping several partners na po siya on the ground. So the basic lang yun siya nung vision of GSK was to have a food secure, resilient, and sustainable community. Because brief background, we started on March 2020 at the height of the lockdown, when we kanang heard the kanang cries of our kababayans about food, no, and it's kanang hadlok siya because we're in the pandemic, and even now we are still in the pandemic, and the threat that we are facing now is the El Nino phenomenon. Like for the last 3 years, for the last 2 years rather, we're grateful that ang atong backliners were not affected. The farmers, the producers, but with the threat of El Nino, according to Pag-asa, it's gonna go on until the next year, no, and we understand in agriculture, in food production, water gyud sa ang dako kaayo siya og kanang element. And so that's so it's best that we have to think for innovations. We recently had a meeting with our vice president for research and innovation, and he also stressed that, no, because he's also a farmer, and he's like the university should also act on it. Hopefully, no, that we can give contribute to the solution para at least nato mga farmers dili na gyud pud siya kaayo ma-affected, no, and we're hoping, no, nga they will still be protected with this na siya new layer of threat kumbaga sa ato. So yeah, the GSK program, it started with a campaign of encouraging everyone to grow their own survival garden at homes. And in 2021, actually, we met na Bonsi in 2020, but in 2021, we escalated our partnership by establishing na siya by calling on um, uh, youth in the communities and establishing urban community farm, urban community garden, or kanang community garden na to siya, no. And we are so grateful for the barangays Pagatpat and Tablon who joined with us in the call, and we're also grateful also with the partnership with AID Opportunity 2.0, kasi sila gyud pod ang among partner para natap ang mga batanon on the ground, para ambassador didto, mahimong youth advocate sa ilahang respective nga community. And Stefan is one of those youth leaders. You see him in the picture, mo ni siya, karon siya. So the basic lang siya nga sa youth advocate is primarily tapping on the youth leadership, that they would not just promote agriculture through kanang campaigns, but really doing something like working on the garden, by establishing a garden, and we're grateful for Barangay Tablon that they have that. And also in Barangay Pagatpat, we have even a graduate, no, nga si Sheena diri sa USTP, who's part of the youth advocate, and she is already working on her farm, on her garden, no, which is primarily kanang model na mo ni Monsi nga hydroponics nga system. So as what Sir Elmer stressed kaganina, no, this is a great opportunity for the youth to be partakers of the solution, and at the same time enabling the youth, the agriculture, making agriculture hip and fun for the youth, kasi nga addressing the issue na to on aging farmers. So yun, the worth advocate comes from two words, advocate and agriculture. So lump na mo siya for branding. They're called advocates. And you here are also called advocates because we are partakers. Dako kayo, as was what Monsi presented earlier, no, dako pa jud kaayo siya ang trabaho when it comes to food security. Sir Elmer has the call for malnutrition, no, nga ma-zero ang ato ang hunger, no, that's why the zero hunger lab. And then us here also is as part of that food security, no, nga mag-grow po ta sa ato ang vegetable garden, but of course tapping the youth with that. We are grateful, no, nga we have partnered with DOST, with our partner barangays, that currently we are finishing the construction of their grow house. Pagatpat na ang structure, and in Tablon is also hopefully before the end of the second quarter maka-function na ang ilahang grow house. So duha pa lang yun siya ka barangays, but we are not closing our doors. Initially manggod, we are critical nga duha lang sa siya ka barangays amo ang tan-awon kay kanang among gunitan, kay para at least matan-awan na mo unsay mga issues, and then we were able to address, and now we are opening our doors, no, to partner with other communities. So we have here with us USTP as our academic hub, and we're also looking into establishing more UCMs, or urban community microfarms, sa ilang respective nga communities, and that would be through the assistance of you advocates, because like what Stefan and his company did, no, nga they gathered the youth and then we assisted them in really establishing their urban community farm. So we're grateful for the barangay captain, the leadership nila din sa duha ka barangays, and also our partners DAATI, Clenro, City Agriculture Office. So it's really kana bitong the whole village is working para ma-establish nato ni siya. So it's not just us, the center, and through the project nga GSK. So it's really, we're really banking on the whole of nation and whole of community approach. And ang kita magud USTP is not foreign na inana, because we have that. We only have to my vision lang siya, no, my intention is matagaan lang yun nato siya direction, ang focus, and this time it's on the food security. As what Monsi has presented ka ganina, daghan kaayo tag pwede masudlan, dili ra man gyud siya about growing the garden, but with the daghan yung kaayo siya og opportunities og nga pwede nato siya ma-take advantage, no. And we have already, as what Sir Elmer also shared, USTP is no foreign, kay naatay TBI, naatay FIC, naatay research centers, napagyud tay mga campuses, no, nga ga-specialize yun siya ani. So it's only a matter of harmonizing our mga initiatives para mas matagaan siya og mas weight dito sa ato ang community. And the center currently is working with PLGU of Misamis Oriental to really kanang push forward food security plan, and we're now also hoping na maka-adto ta sa ilang mga batanon para ma-expand po siya. In closing, no, actually I just would like to highlight what our current president is kanang campaigning, and thankfully na DA nga secretary, tama ba ko, or undersecretary. He said about the food, he mentioned this last year, no, food is not just a trade commodity. Without it, people were weaken and die. We cannot really survive without food, no. It is more than a livelihood. It is an essential imperative and a moral one. It is our obligation, no, that we should not be dependent to just the farmers, but we have to be partakers of their activity as well. So that's why early this year they launched the project Hapag. It's with the ILG, it's establishing urban community micro farms in every barangay in the city. And that could also be an opportunity for the university to take advantage to showcase our talents and help the barangays in identifying solutions para mas ma-initiate nila ning ila and ma-establish nila ang ilahang hapag. So yeah, I'll end my presentation here, and it is my honor for you to introduce one of our partners on the ground, si Stefano, and I hope that we will also be equally inspired as I am with his life, because I have met him when we started in Tablon, um, how he was at that time, and now he is the leader. He is the president of PIAP, not only in Cagayan de Oro but in Misamis Oriental and soon to be in the region. So yun. Daghang salamat og mayong hapon sa atong tanan.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Angel, and for sharing to us, no, your initiative at the same time. What's next for USDP to take in? So I think our officials, our faculties, and all the TCM students who are still here, hopefully naamoy na nakuha sa atong sharing from the three speakers of different initiative but one goal in agriculture, and that's from Kids Who Farm, from Zero Hunger Lab, and JSK of CDODO. And of course, we are not yet done. Stephen here would like to share his story on the success, and of course if na ay kanang of course dili ta maging successful no kung wala pud ta nang pandol along the way, and especially on volunteering and putting your heart into service. So Stephen is here. Naala siya challenge gamay sa iyang video because it's raining here. He's just in Lapasan. So it's raining, kusog-kusog po dani no sa CDO. Bago lang yun nagsugod ang ulan. So he will be sharing via, he will just not turning on his video lang. But he will share now. Steph, are you ready?
Yes, Ate Wang. Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, the floor is yours, Steph. You can now start sharing.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephen Pantilgan from Barangay Tablon. So, mag-share lang ko sa story now before. Kuan siya na before ko nahimong leader or servant leader sa among community, isa ko pa youth sa balay lang, wala di ko ga-engage sa kanang leadership bitaw kay maulagi na di ko ganahan og kanang hasol-hasol kinabuhi charot. Pero yun, dili gid ko ganahan og mga ingon anak kay lagi dili pud ko ga kuan gid sa akong mga kuan kay diri ako sa balay community ingon ana, and kanang as in kanang murag kung pwede lang ko matawag na introvert murag inana ko sa una gid ko ga kuan sa akong kanang kung unsa ko karon wala na ako nakita akong kaugalingon kung unsa ko karon. So yun na murag inana sa akong sa una nga life dili gid ko engage into kuan kanang mga bisag unsa nga activity sa barangay. So now kanang nahimo ko og kanang KK president diri sa among purok. accident nang gito nga pagbuhat sa ako KK president tungod kay nag-inter og kanang kuan sa fiesta sa among aso himo ko KK president and so on. Nahimo ko og kanang PIA president diri sa Tablon year 2018. So yun nag-start dito akong journey, and ana na ato ko pagman sa pagka-presidente daghan kog mga involved na kanang kuan dito nagsugod ang Ayala Foundation sari-saring aralan, which is naghatag ni og 50 ka cellphone sa mga OSY diri sa mga barangay together with our SK and partners nga si Ayala Foundation. And pagkahuman nagkuan pod ko kanang sa Leadcom CDO3, naka-enter ko sa Leadcom CDO3 dahil sa Cagayan. And also ko naapod ang misulod ang kanang KK which is focus siya sa kanang datong kanang Kabataan kontra Droga at Terorismo, Vice Chairperson ko sa among barangay, and also PCI, the Challenge Initiative by Israeli Foundation, isa ko sa peer educator, and kanang YLH pod, Young Leaders for Health, nga kanang inline pod ko sa health. Last katong pandemic kanang isa ko sa gatawag or gakuha sa mga COVID patient diya sa CUC, and kanang gina-train pod mi ang taon pag kanang duwa sa tao, basic life support nga kanang mga training mga ana. So dagan kog na intira na, and pag ako isa pod ko sa kaya na volunteer coordinator, which is bago lang siya nahimo og kanang kuan kanang organization diri sa CDO. So yun. So sa akong engagement sa agriculture, sa una nagdako ko nga akong papay kanang kuan kanang farmer. So farm gud among ginabuhat sa una, na ami ginabantayan lang namo kayuta diri sa Tablon, and kanang among ginatanong dito is kanang kasaba bitaw, dito may nagkuan ko gatabang ko ni Papa og basok and so on. Nagkuan ko kanang saging sa sagingan, so nana, so baboyan pod sa una, and yun. Pag human ato murag dito ko na kuan pod, naka-encounter ay na kuan ako nag-enter ko manang mga sato or ay kanang mga program sa city, which is the BACA program na nakadaog sa tayo 20. So yun, proud kayo mo na isa ko sa BACA nga nag-engage into agriculture. Kay sa wala lang nakabalo, ang age sa atong farmer karon is 53 na, no? So grabe na kanang kuan gid kayo. Ang mga youth nato dili mo engage sa agriculture kay labi hugaw, and kanang tawag ana wala sila makwarta. Ang uban gali kay ang uban kay mo na lang ang farming is for kuan ra uneducated person, pero di para sa ako dili na sayop na nga tingting kay kanang daghan kayo mga youth karon akong kaila nga kanang gusto mo engage into farming nga bisag unsa sila like na ay kanang mga business ad, IT, mga anak bitaw, so dili din na para sa kanang uneducated person lang ang kanang farming. Kay kanang taga-kaon, and importante kaayo man atay farmer mo sa atong diri sa Cagayan de Oro, especially ang bisag asa nga parte sa Pilipinas or sa tibuok kalibutan, kay importante nga atay mahanda or kuan sa atong lamig sa gyud. So farmer gyud ang pinaka-importante para sa ako gyud. And yun, naapod na-enter pod ko sa Young Farmers Challenge, which is the national nga kuan, mas taas-taas siya sa BACA, which is a Young Farmers Challenge kanang nakadaog ko as a provincial awardee, naka-receive ko og 50,000 ato. And ang akong gibuhat is nagpalit ko og baboy, and additional na paniding, manok, native chicken, and kanang rabbit. So yun, karon kay kuan pa ko ga-practice gid usaon pa pagpadaghan sa akong mga hayop, no, kay gusto ko sa among community na makatabang ko labaw na sa OSY nga na sila makitaan gamay bitaw nga trabaho if ever nga mag-boom na gid maayo kung business. So hopefully soon makatagan ako sila og trabaho ginag-sumod din na akong kuan target, no. And BSF, Black Soldiers Fly. So karon po sa barangay Tablon po naapod ni ginatukod nga Black Soldier Fly sa mga sa kanang ulod siya, kind of ulod or kind of langaw nga kanang good sa atong environment. Pwede siya mahimo og food sa mga tilapia, manok, or bisag unsa nga kanang kuan. Pwede po siya sa kanang rabbit, pwede siya bisag asa siya mabahog ang Black Soldier. Like dako po siya kanang kuan kay ginakaon lang niya is ang mga kuan lang kanang um, ginakaon lang niya is mga pasaw. So dili na kanon ang kanang kanang mga bukog. Mo lang gyud ang iyang kuan. So pasaw lang jud siya no, dili siya makaon og mga plastic nga mga basura in ana. So more on pasaw lang gyud siya. So good kayo siya sa atong environment. Um, so my future plan as a kanang kuan young farmer and also a president sa Cagayan or to sustain ang kanang to sustain ang mga youth na alito na thinking nga kanang kuan na sila kanang dili ang bitaw magsalig o dili magpakabiling na magpakahilom nga dira na lang kay OSY ana or farmer lang na natawag. Gusto na ko nga mas ma-empower ang mga OSY, mas makabalo sila insay or mas mahagit sila nga mo-engage into volunteerism kaya diha ko nag-start volunteerism before ko na advocate so the volunteer and all so hopefully makuan ako sila ma-encourage na ko ang mga youth and even everyone na kanang engage volunteerism kanang pinaagi sa pagtabang sa atong community labi na sa atong sa agriculture no kana gid ang pinakawan na akong gina-aim na hopefully mas nasabtan sa atong mga kabatanunan ang ka-importante ang kanang farming or ang agriculture sa ato ang kinabuhi. And so kapag sa current po is isa po ko sa AI or artificial intelligence engineer dili sa atong dakbayan na ginatukod po ni ay ginakuan ni mayor sa ko sa beneficiary so yun the study me about traffic and soon sa agriculture nga sector ang among target po so that will be all at Iwa.
Yeah, thank you so much, Steph. No, if na paminaw ninyo tanan niya storya from where he started and from where he is now with all the affiliation that he has and he had been to no daghan kayo siya engagement and one of the engagements for Minty kay successful. Recently lang I can relate to the sharing of Steph because I am one of the core team members of the Baka. And I was crying when we received, no, Ezel represented us in the BACA program sa Tayo Awards. Because, I see the face and the hard work of Stephen and his journey, not just his, but the 17 other BACAs that we empower to do good for our community, to our agriculture, no. His story is beyond actually kung unsa na siya before o karon. So yeah, hopefully na-inspire tang tanan. Imagine that we have an OSY here doing a lot, actually volunteering now. He was able to, to make his self whole again. And now, engage na siya sa I think to connect lang the story of Sir Elmer no na we need to pitch in all of these ideas to our mayor, to our municipal mayor, to our governor. I think Stephen would be the link because he's working, um, with our city mayor's office to the initiative sa AI na enrollments. And of course, our network here will go beyond whatever we plan out. So hopefully that after this will not be the end, but this is just the beginning of our conversation and our initiatives and our plans for agriculture. So thank you so much, Stephen, for sharing to us your journey to volunteerism, to agriculture, and of course, this portion now is, for everyone to ask. Na batay mga unsa man tumbong jud ani na meeting, unsa man jud inyong gusto mapasabot ani Sir Josh and all. So, do we have I think our speakers here, Ma'am Angel, Sir Elmer, and Sir Monsi, no, are so willing to answer them. Maybe let's just time ourselves. Of course, it's already 4:30, 4:40 na. So a little bit of discussions if for clarification, then Moving forward, we will then call another meeting to share on best practices and what's moving forward for this initiative. Okay, so the floor is open for discussion or questions, everyone.
Yeah. Clarification lang, no?
Yes, Sir
I
Alma.
think, there is nothing na alam namin na hindi nyo alam. No? Parang, I think, yung parang yung local ecosystem dyan, you have faculty, you have students, you have experts in different disciplines. We're just sharing our story, pero sa totoo lang, you are in charge of leading your ecosystem. No? It's not as if, ay, may alam sila na hindi namin alam, kaya hindi namin ito magagawa. Yung you already have the knowledge capital required, no? And I shared a link dito sa chat natin on an innovation ecosystem. I think yun na lang no? Yung parang kailangan nyo lang i-cultivate yung innovation ecosystem nyo so that your thousands of students will become thousands of solutions providers or innovators in the food system space.
Thank you so much, Sir Almer, no? Especially for sharing this link and resources to us so that we will, of course, we can cultivate whatever ideas or whatever plans we already have here in USTP. Anyone from our members here who would like to share or ask questions to be clarified or what? I think no, if you really listen and you really abide to the house rules not to do multitask, I think you really understand unsa atong tumongdan ni ug unsa jud atong gusto atong makuha no.
Sige, ako na lang magtanong pala.
Yes sir. Wag ako yung tanungin mo, yung dalawa.
Hindi. What kind of a structure at the campus level? Di ba you have 8 campuses. What needs to be done so that each campus becomes a hub, no? For this, no? Para hindi yung antay ng antay kay Ma'am Angel, ganyan, no? Yung maging hotspot rin yung each of the 8 campuses. What needs to be done? Kaya, no? Parang provocative question yan. It's not like I'm putting you on the spot or pang-stimulate lang.
Should I answer that one as part of the BOR, sir, or or I should answer that one as as a member? I think of course there are due process actually to be done, to be made if we pitch in ideas, I think, to an academe here in our university, no. So I think with the help or with the leadership of Ma'am Grace Tihaj to this initiative, if we really wanted to bring this one into picture and into reality, I think then a lot of things will happen. Like for example, from the level of I think na ay mga committees lang na ipangsabit for proposal. Then once it's okay, then it will go to the board where we decide for approval or disapproval of the proposal. So that's parang structure dito sa USTP. I think Ma'am Grace unmuted herself kasi may gusto siyang i-share. Ma'am Grace, go.
Pastilan, good Sir Joss. Anyway. Good afternoon again. Mapasubo but actually it's not mapasubo no because kanang being a youth molder. So youth molder na gyud lugar ta ini Ma'am Angel because I'm handling mga first year di
Dawato
ako
na
na
gyud
sila
nato
no.
siya ma'am nga role nato ma'am.
I-embrace gina nato nga role.
Yes.
So in fact that is one of the agenda sa among meeting ganihan niya. Dali ko ato nga meeting kay gawa sa mga midterm exam so appeal na gyud lugar na. So as what I told Ma'am Angel last week ba to ma'am? The other week no?
Oo.
Nagtagbo ra gyud among dalan. So timely si Ma'am Angel sa tinuod lang kay after the midterm exam we will start putting into practice what we have learned in the classroom, putting into practice in the field kanang gitawag nato community immersion. But because of the transition nga mga product man gud ni sila sa online classes, so dili na to pakalitan kay wag na sila nanggawa sa ilang balay. So we will start our community immersion in campus. So diha na dayon may mag-amigo ni Ma'am Angel, no? Magsugod na sila og ipasuroy nato diri sa campus asa baka diri ang mga idol part nga murag pwede gyud mapuslan nganong na idol man na siya. So pwede siya mapuslan and then they are trained man nga part of their kaning lesson is to make project proposals. Dili katong mga ambitious kayo nga proposal, pero project proposal sa ilang nga level, they just put into writing unsa ilang hunahuna, unsa ilang plano sa nakita nila sa palibot. So that's it. Environment friendly pud tano. Daghan kitag i-consider. So timely ni si Ma'am Angel kay Center for Human Development. So unsa may ato i-consider ana, it's not only the human aspect but the environment of the humans. So from there murag diha pa siguro kay ako pa man na silang ipalibot diri sa campus. So in campus gina siya nga community project. Then kung unsay result sa ilang assessment, paghimo na silang proposal, ay hadayon mi mga to ni Ma'am Angel. Unsa pa kay mahimo na to ani? Okay baka ni, no? Kay gawas nga mahimo na nga kanang initial actions mga student, we are also trying to hit the target this year nga gicommit na mo sa Office of the Civil Defense nga we have to organize the school-based National Service Reservist Corps. So, sugod na diri sa campus. After ana, kung medyo na sila nakatuon, then ayha na to ipagawas, i-turn over na to sa barangay. Whatever they have nga nasugdan sa campus, they will replicate it to the respective barangays kung asa na nagpuyo ang mga estudyante. So, that's it. Murag diha sa siguro ta magsugod. Thank you.
May question ako
Alright.
ulit.
Yes, Sir Elmer.
Naintindihan ko yung the academic bureaucracy, no, to the Vice President for Academics, Vice President,
Yes.
ganyan, no? Pero merong isang way rin kasi na lightweight. Yung Zero Hunger Lab kasi actually pwedeng at the instructor level lang. Diba? If an
Yes, sir.
instructor, NSTP, sabi niya, sige, this coming semester, yung estudyante ko, ipapaproject
Yes.
ko sa kanila food, ano. Yun na
Yes.
yun, no? Instructor
Yes, sir.
discretion yun.
Instructor level.
And then what we can do, kasi we are managing the Zero Hunger Lab as a really portable parang platform and brand, no? Kung may instructor na nagsabing, pwede bang Zero Hunger Lab yung class namin? Sasabihin namin, yes, by all means, please call it Zero Hunger Lab. Join na kayo sa Facebook group. Na, di ba? Meron na kaagad in the municipality. Parang it can be done that way na lightweight. Na syempre, we don't want that instructor to get into trouble, no? But it's just like, di ba, joining a Facebook group or joining the choir na hindi kinahanglan ng unsang pang mga high-level permissions. Of course, we'll still do that. Yung high-level clearance, that's also important. No? But there are lightweight mechanisms na pwede natin gawin.
Thank you for that, sir, because actually, the very reason why we have to start in-campus community immersion is, of course, this will serve as their practice field and replicate it later. Another concern is, kanabang compliance nato sa CMO 63. Struggle gina nako ron kay kamulo mi nag-comply sa CMO 63 requirements because ang new mandate karon is starting school year or academic year 2022-2023. Dili na makagraduate or dili tagaag certificate of completion ang NSTP kung wala nakatanom og 5 ka kahoy Sir Diyos. So dili na sila ka-graduate sa ilang program. So isa na sa akong struggle karon because whether we like it or not, kinanglan manggawas mi sa campus kay patanom ni og kahoy ang mga estudyante, no? So the same thing, the same procedure will happen if we will let our students go out for this purpose kani atong gisgutan karon now. Thank you kay naa na mudaan, so I am very sure you will assist us kung we will pananglitan we will commit because in my thinking in which I have to orient I have to call for a meeting sa mga faculty. Kay in my case, I am handling one section kuno na ako. Maoran ni akong i-volunteer, akong estudyante. No? Isa naman ka section. So, lain ang volunteer diri kanang partnership namo ni Ma'am Angel, lain ang volunteer dito sa kaning mga organization. Karon it is something like that. So I have to call for another meeting with our faculty. Mao lagi na ipagawas na gani nako mag-comply na po dayon mi adtong CMO 63. It's good nga ang waiver nga among gisugdan karon og process kay ang gibutang nako dadto, it's not only tree planting but other NSTP related activities as approved by the authorities. So, murag ana, so makaber na lugar dayon na. Pero daghan na kay requirements.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ma'am Grace. No, I know Sir Elmer, whatever initiative we had with you have with Koan Zero Hunger and the rest of the initiative, pwede yun nato siya ma-realize to it to here. But of course, we just need to meet again with our faculty to iron things out, to roll to
Yes.
roll this initiative sa student or sa classroom instruction level. So thank you so much. I think Yuris is raising her hand earlier. Do you still have questions or clarification?
Good afternoon again. Actually, parang clarification, more on clarification yung akin. Kasi, at the back of my head, with Sir, sino yun?
Elmer
Yes,
Monsi.
no.
or
Si,
Sir Monsi?
Stephen.
Stefan, yes po.
Stefan.
He reminded me of a daughter of a dato here in IP Mount Balatukan, which is very much she was volunteering to be the first of her community to be an example of an agriculturist. Kay namang ko'y murag negative ron ang image with the Gen Zs bali nga sa phones lang kayo sila. And then I think Stefan is also a very firm example that if this generation is just given the right opportunity with the right platform, they can really kanang makaboosted ba sa ilang potential. And then that program, we have this kanang ginapush unta nga program with agriculture, with DA and DAR, regarding sa kaning barangay agriculture scholars program. And then LGU Hinguog City was already committed to sign the MOA. And then ang ako lang baling is kanang we wanted all the municipalities in Misor to be participating in this, as hopefully with PLGU support galing lang kinhanglan lang like kanang naay kanang, although nanay structure ang MOA, nanay siya unod, kinhanglan lang siya gamay pa jud ng mga details as to like programs ana kanang kinahanglan siya mga finer na mga interpretation pa asa jud padulong work ana di lugar. So the goal is there, ang actions lang. So ga-work pa kong brain ron unsaon kaha nga pwede nato like with that kanang draft na lugar unsaon ka nga pwede siya nga ma-merge. Kay actually same ra jud og pareha ra jud og goal, addressing kanang food security concerns and then the waning farmers nga problem bali nato. So yeah, gibutang lang nako na din ha nga nana siya nga kuan, but it might grow to something pabali sa future ng mga meeting. So kana lang tingali for now.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
yours.
Yes,
Thank you. Yeah, that initiative na inyo na draft dia will not go in vain because this is not the first. Again, as I promise you, this will just the beginning of our, conversation and planning out to roll things out from the students down to the community to us also doing it as the core team, as I say it, kay para, we can move forward. Ma'am Angel is raising her hand. Ma'am Angel, yes.
Yes, salamat kaayo Josh no. And like I'm putting also, I understand, I feel you raise because from the start of GSK until now, I always have that kana bitong unsa na to ni but with that. But just like I'm sa kang Monsi ba nung just go. Just go. Just go with these people here backing us up. Everything will fall into place. Ako magod I'm a believer of celebrating small things that would lead to the greater things. So that's why I'm grateful that NSTP, si Ma'am Grace Lee Hadge, ang iyang team is here with us. We can actually take advantage of this resource na siya, because in my understanding, you by joining us here this afternoon, you have already expressed you're really interested, you're going with us in this in this kaning siya nga campaign. Thank you so much. And I know si Ma'am Lovejoy, si Dean, medyo napa siya question sa iyahang murag I feel Ma'am Dean, tama ba siya? Napa siya question, but sige lang kay dako ba gyud kaayo siya og kanang buhaton. I'll share with you kaning kaning sa among DOST nga project, Ma'am Dean, no. It started with just me asking lang gyud a question in one of the kanang katong in the activity of the DOST sa NCR, asking for assistance. How else can we take advantage of DOST? And I'm a social scientist. DOST thing is foreign to me because in my impression is mga nana yun na sila. And then when we started our meetings, and it ended up nga we're working with Power Institute and Civil Engineering para ma-put up ang ang kanang hybrid nga grow house nga system. So, and we're happy that the OST is also happy with the progress. No, although nalagit po siya yung mga challenges along the way, but we're progressing pag yun gihapon, and the UST is happy with that. So inana siya nga narrative, Ma'am Din ba nga karong panahon na medyo lubog pa siya sa atua kung asa i-situate si data science, si ICT, your TCM department is already with GSK, with that they are our communication arm, but with the digitization, perhaps Monsi can also share how we can, because on this and also with the data science kay mura magud siya, we're using, as what Sir Elmer mentioned kaganina, USTP already has the potentials, has the resources. It's only a matter of harmonizing our resources para makaput up yun ta og kanang hub. Because this thing nga kanang giingon ni Sir Elmer, is no longer foreign to USTP. We have the TBI na siya. We have entrepreneurship. We have technopreneurship. We have the quadruple helix siya nga ano. So na siya. It's just only like tapping on this and harmonizing all our i-synergize lang nato ang mga atong mga resources, no. And siguro Ma'am Haj pod, as regards I know it's issue gid siya as a kilometro gid siya nga kinahanglanon nga sa chat para makagawa sa atong mga students, no. I'm also magud looking at with the center. We did this before when I was RPO sa ano. We invited from the LGU for a forum with the students. They present their issues to the students, and then baliktad ba that instead of the students going there, we can bring them here. The center can facilitate that and somehow inject to the students, ganito ang problema namin, what can you do? Murag inana ba, and then they bang sige, let's discuss, and then we can present, because there were actually like a few who really went to Alubihid and presented their proposal in a form of a research or extension nga project. And kana siguro, no, we can really like help each other harmonize kung unsay mga strengths nato. Si center is here to gather, to capacitate with the partners, with existing partners that we have. It's only a matter of yun nga synergizing. And siguro Monsi can also share something. How was your experience, Mons Magyud?
Yeah, thank you. Coming from the work na gibuhat namo with volunteers, no, kasi medyo varied kasi ang background sa mga volunteers namo. So some are students, some are OSY, professionals, no, but they come in as collective because we have a program. We have the platform called Garden Attack. We have actually a group. It's a loose group, informal siya, but it is founded sa fact na all of these volunteers are really united dito sa objective nila to participate, no? So at present nasa 100 na sila. We work with school-based organizations, so we were able to tap katong mga school-based organizations to do work outside, no. So I don't know unsa ang specific sa USTP, but we work a lot with mga organizations sa Western Mindanao State University, no, katong ilang environmental organizations, Rotarac, campus-based Rotarac, and other organizations nga naa sa WIMSU. So they're able to go out and participate in ano, pero of course that's already an organizational activity. Dili siya, wala sila credit sa NSTP and all. But what we have observed is that ang I don't know if ano lang no, but ang style kasi ng Kids of Farm is more guerrilla approach no. So we are more of the impact. We can do kung mabuhat na mo siya in a fast way, the better so that we can create impact sa community. So and we have seen it work a lot no. Most of the times it worked that nag-work jud siya. No, and it's a two-way process kasi the kids are able to participate to contribute to the community. And they also learn from the stories no sa community nga ilang. So mura siyang immersion experience no. Facilitated but very focused dito sa creating community gardens. So and some of the volunteers namo that eventually suki na sa pag-participate became our core trainers no. So like for example, amo silang ginauban kung naanay outside of Zamboanga nga engagement, so they trained us, travel with us, so some of the perks kung appeal ka sa volunteer group. We're trying to work out with the College of Agriculture sa Western Mindanao State University to institutionalize a program nga pwede na mo matap ang mga students sa elementary o junior high nga ang ilang immersion experience dito na sulod sa agricultural school. So mura siya og farm tour concept. Pero nabuhat na namo ni siya pre-pandemic but not in an agricultural school, in an organic farm. Partner namo gidala namo mga bata nga amo silang gipa tuyok sa 7-hectare farm. They immerse themselves in different activities. And it was worthwhile. Kaso lang, of course, if you're working with kids, kailangan daghan siya guardians and all, daghan siya logistical requirement no. Pero nakita namo na as far as we want as objectives gyud sa volunteer program is to make impact. So that's why that's the design of Garden Attack, because that's how we want to create impact at the very kanang pag-participate nila dili siya tedious in a way because it's quick, it's doable, and they learn from it. So it's a joyful experience on a weekend that they're able to participate. And then they repeat again, but not every weekend. No? So every like 2 times a month, we do that one. So far, moto experience namo.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Monsino, for sharing your engagement with the students, no, from school going out, no, and to really help the community. And I think, do we still have questions from our members here, Ma'am Joy, Ma'am Dean? You're smiling. Do you have? Yeah, maybe one last question because it's
One, this is
already
short. Yes,
very
just a
short
very
question
short.
from
Just
Ma'am, then
give
we
me
will
siguro
end.
mga 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah,
Yes.
while the speakers is giving their share their experiences. Now, I'm really thinking on how ICT or the IT um, discipline would come into place. It's really good to hear that you have this goal impact to the society. Medyo, yeah, Ma'am Angel, you're right. Asa man gyud mi musulod? Where can we come in? Where actually your social what you call that? You have your social lab, IT. If you would ask si IT, si ICT asa siya musulod, we are the people behind the scene, no? So, um, one mention that I can relate is about the hydroponics. Yeah, when we talk about research output with a student, they've been using very technical, the deep learning techniques and the automatic classification based on audio on the coconut and everything. Pero ay ko asa man jud ko mosulod. Maybe, maybe we really have that research as to the detection of disease and the plant and everything. Medyo galisod pa jud ko og come in kung asa. Maybe, siguro, one at a time, we can look into your, what you call that, Ma'am Angel? The grown,
The
Grow
grow
house.
house. Yeah.
yes. We can
Oo.
look into that grow house. Tanawon na to, the IoT-based approach.
Yes.
Yes.
If I go ahead, ma'am, kay na ako i-share sa imo hapon ana ang mura good news. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, I'd say there has been in existence good about the the monitoring of the water nutrient, the detection of something. So diha ra jud ko pwede na ko ma-identify no the what you call that one, the in-house ka ng mga gagmay na mga garden. Also me, how I wish na apod ko'y akuan na gamay na garden pero murag mga matay pa man, oy Ginoo. So how I wish na in na garden at your backyard. Pero mo lagi to dito pa jud ko mo come in, Ma'am Angel and everyone katong sa concept with technology na about hydroponics and IoT and AI murag diha pa ko pwede makarelate with kuan sa ani nato na mga talks.
If
I
I
That's
may
think
all.
share,
sure.
Yes,
so
sir.
yung sa Oplan Timbang, every year all school children, pati sa preschool tinitimbang sila, no? And they usually use spreadsheets, Excel spreadsheets yan, may template yan, no? Pero may mga yung chronic malnutrition, kuminsan children have health conditions na kahit na nagpa-feeding program sila, walang weight gain, no? And yung systems of these feeding programs, they are not sensitive to this, no? Parang ano lang yan, shotgun lang yan, pakainin mo lang silang lahat, and then bahala na sila, swerte yung mga makikinabang sa feeding program. But for children who have other underlying medical conditions, we will not know until we weigh them again next year, no? So yung more precise targeting and case follow-up, may value yun, no? Madalas pag poverty yung problema, magkakapatid ang ang undernourished because they just don't have enough calories brought to the table sa bahay nila. So I think yun yung possible intersection between IT and targeting for needs-based.
Yes, actually that's a very good suggestion, Sir Elmer. So, tingnan natin tingnan natin where we can get the data.
Sa
Kasi
National Nutrition Council, sa NNC, they have regional office. And then at the municipal, meron rin sila. No? Nutrition officer, they have barangay nutrition scholars, these are barangay staff. No? Pero usually, paper na lang umakyat yon, and then nawawala na lang yung mga files, no? So hindi na-analyze yun masyado. Except for the parang first layer of diagnostics, may thresholds lang.
Sige, sir. We will look into it. Maganda yan. Thank you for that.
Gani. And if I may also, yes, Monsi, go ahead.
Since na-mention na ni Sir Elmer kasi yung scaling up nutrition, NNC. I don't know if how active ang NNC sa Region 10, but Kidso Farm is part of that Scaling Up Nutrition Network or SUN network, where we represent the civil society. So we're in that group that discusses yung mga nutritional statistics in the city, particularly Zamboanga. And I hope I can help maybe link how can USTP participate as academe, kasi si WIMSO is part of that one too here. So I don't know if, and that's a really good starting point kasi so interventions can be nutrition sensitive or nutrition specific, which is nasa scope na nato. There is a program sa USTP. So that's an opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Monsi. I really appreciate that. Because in the discussion of food security nga dito sa PLGU, as of the moment, it's with DA. But I've been pushing na siya si nutrition, na si youth. Although there was an agreement among the committee nga na si youth, but medyo, you know how the dynamics of local government is and inana. So we're still pushing and Nana, hopefully. And we really appreciate, Mons, if you can also connect us with them para mas vibrant pa to ang engagement and then we can also expand the services. And Ma'am Dean, actually with the grow house, currently it's the use of solar, but there was already a discussion of automating it. Still with the OST, but that's one thing that we can probably engage into. And ako lang po na po yung limitation, siguro it's also an orientation of how data science works kay para ma-connect na to, because out there in the field, in the community, that's advantageous amo a center kay naami dito sa gawas, and then we only have to like go back here and kanang look for the resources, because to be honest, what we envision sa center is while we go to the community, we also strengthen the resources that we have here para when we go there and say kay balo namig kinsa ang pwede siya ma-engage diri sa tuang campus for the community. Mura ana siya nga process ma'am din ba. So and there are plans ma'am din, siguro I'll visit your office and we can discuss further on this, but I really appreciate gyud that we are working together on this. No, your presence, sila Ma'am Grace Lee Hodge pod. Sige lang, dili man gyud ni siya pwede nga kita ikaw ako rapod ni siya. By working together, we can really do something, and as what Monsi is challenging us, we can create that impact in the community. No, in ano kay naa na gyud ta, it's only just streamlining and harmonizing and synergizing. Kanang synergy pa nato kay medyo kana ato pa lang na siya i-connect pa lang yun siya. 'Di ba, with also with the Agropolis, because we take advantage also with the Agropolis because they really engage with PLGU and the city. They also are a resource nga inana siya. So ang ako lang challenge gyud dere who is with us this afternoon, is that we continue on the discussions. This will not be the first and the last, but this will be the beginning of the many discussions that we have, and hopefully before the year ends we can really create that um, impact, that we start creating that impact for the community nga ato ang gina-adapt, regardless kung diri sa USTP or sa kung nga community ato ang gi-adapt. But as regards with the center, where we are already engaged with the two barangays, the city agriculture office and PLGU, so we can have that opportunity with nga ma-engage pa nato si USTP. Quick lang dahil siyang sharing. I've shared this with Sir Elmer and Sir Monsi and Monsi. When we had a meeting with the City Agriculture Office, there is a discussion that we will assist one school to establish their gulayan sa paaralan. Siguro Ma'am Joy, we can also talk about kung unsaon nato siya, because that gulayan sa paaralan, according to Sir Pat, would become a model for others to kon. So like we can scale up pagyud siya and introduce innovations in kato siya nga eskwelahan, kay at least naanataan nga platform nila.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I believe we are overwhelmed with the information, no? With that discussion and exchange of knowledge and ideas and strategies that will make our environment, our agriculture as a whole in the city, with the participation of USTP to be the frontliner, the front runner of this initiative. No, I believe everybody is already overwhelmed na dun sa information. So we will cut the discussion here. But again, as promised, we will not end here because Yuris is so excited to look forward for future meetings. Nag-agree po si Yuris for pursuing little things that will contribute to the realization of the security, food security. So kumbaga amot-amot and so on. That's a lot of comments there, Yuris. I wish to read it aloud, but there's limited time. And I believe there's also another important, activity that you will attend to after this meeting. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And really, we appreciate the effort and the insights inputted to us by our speakers from Zamboanga, Kids of Farm, Sir Monsi, from Zero Hunger Labs, Sir Elmer, and of course our very own from USTP, Ma'am Angel and Stephen. No, I would like to invite everyone, if you can open your camera as we close this session, for documentation purposes. Pakita naman yung mga mukha natin. Kasi ready si Sir Elmer eh. Parang naka-light adjust yung sa kanya. Pag picture taking na. Okay, everyone. All right. I want to see your smile. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We just have one page for this. 1, 2, 3, smile. There you go. Ayan. Thank you so
Yay.
much, everyone, for joining us. As promised, the attendance that you've signed in, we will
Two.
send, a certificate of participation really on this meeting. Just wait for your email lang. Mag-email kami within the week. And of course, for the next announcement of our meeting. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so
Thank you. Thank
much.
you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you sa atong mga students nga
Happy
nag-join.
weekend.
Thank you
Happy
kayo.
Happy weekend.
weekend.